In this video, we describe the Metamodel which has been developed to support the key risk indicators. The central meta class, which is newly introduced to deal with the new key risk indicators, is called key indicator. And it is obviously the core of the KRI Metamodel. The meta class is, let's start from top, is actually associated to most common environment meta classes, such as org unit, application, organizational, and business process, to define the scope of the key indicator. Typically, defining the scope of the key indicator, of the key risk indicator, means defining what objects are monitored by this indicator. So this key indicator will monitor, for instance, a risk which applies to a specific org unit or a specific application or a specific process. In order to document this type of information, we will list these elements in the scope of the key indicator. We then have a link towards KPI and KPI dimensions meta classes. Some notes provide an explanation of what this link should be used for. Be aware that currently in the IRM desktop, these links are not exposed. So this entire section here regarding KPI and KPI dimension is not used. Then obviously each key indicator has several indicator values made of a date and a value. The generic local name is not exposed in the user interface and is automatically computed. And then let's go into the in quotes complex part. So obviously each indicator has a status, which is automatically computed by what we called an interpretation logic. So the interpretation logic, which is associated to the to every indicator, contains several indicator statuses, which are the statuses the indicator can be in, belongs to a specific category. You might recall that a key indicator can be of one of four existing categories: standard, reverse, accepted values, and rejected values. And all of these, and then it's basically, it refers to a macro, which is used to compute the status of the key indicator. Also, as you may realize here, each category itself also has a macro associated, which is used to compute the time to failure of that specific category of key indicator. If we scroll down, we have the aggregation operation. Each key indicator can or not, so that's why there is a 0, 1, can eventually be associated to an aggregation operation and an aggregation period. So for operation is like sum, average, and period, like for instance month. And obviously each one of these two classes is associated to a macro, which implements, in this case, the mathematical operation, like the sum, and in this other case, the selection of the key indicator values belonging to the specified period. So all those belonging to a month, for instance, week, etc., etc.